Hello, my name is Bonnie. I post how-to and should-you videos on YouTube, and this one is a how-to. How to successfully switch from regular deodorant to natural deodorant. And regular deodorant is deodorant that has the active ingredient of aluminum, which is what you're going to find for the most part on the shelves in drugstores. So this video is going to have three parts. The first is briefly why you should switch from aluminum containing deodorant to natural deodorant. The second part is I'm going to talk about a little bit about my experience switching from aluminum containing deodorant to natural deodorant. And in the third section, I'm going to give you some tips on how you can successfully switch to natural deodorant, how to make that experience as positive and successful as possible. So to start out, why should you switch to natural deodorant? First and foremost, the biggest reason is health. Aluminum as an active ingredient is not the best ingredient for your health. You have a lymphatic system that runs throughout your body and has a lot to do with your immune system, how well your immune system functions. And you have lymph nodes in your neck, but you also have them in your armpits. And it's probably not best to be bombarding them with aluminum, huh? The other thing is that right next to your armpits is your breast, and the fatty breast tissue stores chemicals like that, and that can build up, and that can be a cause of breast cancer. And it's not just women who are getting breast cancer these days. There are also men who get breast cancer, and it can be the aluminum in deodorant that is the cause of that. So really, first and foremost, you want to stop putting that aluminum on and into your body. So that's a big reason. But personally, the other reason that I really wanted to switch was that I was finding aluminum containing regular deodorant to be less and less effective for me. I was using the spray-on Arid XX extra dry deodorant, and there were days where it was just failing me. Really active days at work, and I stood there in the drugstore comparing the ingredient list on all the different bottles and tubes of deodorant and trying to find one that had a higher aluminum content, and thinking to myself, this is not good. This is not way to go. So that's a really good transition into number two, how it went for me transitioning from aluminum containing deodorant to natural deodorant. And I will say that you definitely want to transition from one to the other. You want to have a very clear before and after, because for a while I was trying to use my Arid deodorant on work days, really active days, and then use my natural deodorant on less active days at work or on the weekend, and I just wasn't finding the natural deodorant to be effective. And no, that's not the way you're supposed to use it. What you really need to do is you need to stop using aluminum containing deodorant and completely use natural deodorant. Because no, I wasn't finding it effective, but I really do find it effective now that I'm full-time natural deodorant. So there reaches a point where you need to stop and you need to let your body detox out that aluminum, because the way the aluminum works is it's not just a deodorant where it masks the scent and smells good, it's an antiperspirant. The aluminum blocks off your sweat glands from being able to produce sweat at all. And your body needs some time to kind of come back to the way things should naturally be. And at that point is when your natural deodorant is going to start being really effective. So for me, last year, 2020, I started working from home in March. And I worked from home from March until August, and I've been working back in the library where I work from August on. But it was actually a really good time for me to say, I've been wanting to do this. I'm home. Now is the time to do this. So I stopped using my Arid. I stopped using any deodorant that contained aluminum. I got some different kinds of natural deodorants, some samplers, and just completely stopped using the Arid. And that is the way that you need to do it. For me, it was really nice that I was at home during that transition period, because if I was vacuuming or cleaning around the house, I would start to get smelly, and it was nice to be able to jump right in the shower afterwards and not have to, smell myself for the rest of the day or whatever. So if you can, like, have a staycation during that time, or choose a time of the year where you are less sweaty, so at work, like spring or fall or winter even, where it's not going to be as much of an issue, I would suggest that. But one thing I noticed, which was a really big surprise to me, was that the pattern of sweating in my body shifted. It took me about 3 weeks to fully transition from the deodorant I was using to natural deodorant being fully effective for me. That detox period took about 3 weeks, maybe a little less, but 3 weeks max. But one thing that surprised me was that I started sweating less from my armpits, and I started sweating more from my head. And that was a big change. It's not a horrible change because, it doesn't smell the sweat from your head. So that was actually kind of a bonus. I had definitely been almost totally sweating from my armpits before, and I did start sweating from my head. So be aware that your patterns of sweating could shift as your body transitions away from that antiperspirant aluminum containing deodorant. So that was really how it went for me. Transitioning over, it took about 3 weeks, and then I found some natural deodorants that really, really worked well for me that I was really happy with. And I do plan on also posting a series of reviews of different natural deodorants, so check those out for sure if you'd like to know, like, the differences between them, what ingredients are in them, and what worked for me and what didn't work for me. So I did have some advice. Part 3 was advice on how to make that a successful transition for you. The first is you want to really get in a good habit of making sure that your armpits are completely dry after you shower, because that warm, wet environment in your armpits is a perfect place for bacteria to grow, and bacteria is the cause of armpit smell. Sweat doesn't smell, it's the bacteria that smells. So you want to completely dry your armpits after your shower, using a towel or even using like a hair dryer to make sure it's absolutely dry there. Another thing you can do during that transition period is, if you're noticing that you're extra smelly, to help clear out the aluminum from your system, you can do clay masks in your armpits. You could get clay, powder clay like bentonite clay, or French green clay. There's varieties of clay. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them a lot of places. And just make a paste with that powder and with water, combine them together and apply it to your armpits like you would a face mask. Or you can there are clay face masks for your face, different varieties that you can try, and put them on your armpit and then leave it for about 5 to 20 minutes and then wash it off just like you would wash off a face mask. And that is really gonna, one, help eliminate any smells, and two, speed up the process, that detox process. Another thing you can really do to help combat the smell during that detox period is on like a cotton round or a cotton ball, put lemon juice or apple cider vinegar and just rub that on your armpits. The acidity of that is really gonna stop the bacteria, and again, the bacteria is what causes the smell. There are in fact people who go completely off deodorant 100%, that just do those clay armpit masks and the lemon or vinegar in their armpits and make sure that they dry really well and are completely 100% deodorant free because they find that effective enough for them. I like using deodorant still. I like the natural deodorant. I found a couple that are really, really effective for me, so I don't think I would ever go completely deodorant free, but that's just to let you know that those methods are effective enough that there are people who find them effective enough for that to be it for them. So that can help. Another thing you can do if you aren't able to take a staycation is, when you are able to be home, try and sweat as much as possible to speed up that process. If you have access to a sauna, a sweat room, run hot baths, turn up the heater in your house even, exercise, go for runs, jogs, yoga, whatever your preferred form of exercise is. Do what it takes to just get that sweat out, because that's what you need to do. You need to clear that out of your system. Clear out that aluminum that's been plugging your sweat glands so your body can transition over. And one more bonus tip I had for you is, if you're finding natural deodorant to be less effective for you, and I do find it to be very effective, but there are less effective deodorants. So if you find it to be less effective for you, switch it up, try a different deodorant. Or the other thing I would really suggest is not just applying in the morning before you head out, as you're getting ready, but also apply it before bed as well, because we definitely sweat in our sleep, and you don't want to wake up and have that smell to deal with. So that's one tip I would suggest if you're not finding natural deodorant to be as effective for you as you wish it would be. Try going on a schedule of applying every morning and also every night, twice a day. So I hope this helps you successfully switch over from natural deodorant from aluminum containing deodorant. I just think back on the Bonnie who was standing in the drugstore aisle trying to find more aluminum to put into me, and I'm just really, really glad that's in the past. I'm really glad that I did this. I have no regrets. I find the natural deodorant to be really effective for me, and I really know that you can be successful and you can do it too. So if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, any further questions on your mind, leave me a comment and I'll try my best to help you out. If you've done this, if you've transitioned and you have any more advice, leave it in the comments. Give me a like if you like the video. And definitely subscribe, because I am going to be posting reviews of natural deodorants. Like I said, I think I'm going to make a playlist of this and the natural deodorant reviews too, so you can play them all. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hope this helps. Bye.